And a 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's a little concerning. Apparently, at some point, my processor hit 97 degrees Celsius on one of the CCDs. We're gonna clear that and see where it ends up in the stream. Alright. Well, welcome everyone to the quote-unquote ASMR episode, where I speak a little bit softer and the mic is closer. This was an idea when I was doing Metaphor ReFantasio, and I don't know how it's going to pan out, so we're going to check that out and see if it gets any better feedback. Oh, let's get started. Boop. Honestly, this might be even easier on my voice to keep this up so I could actually read more things. Possibly. Three streams. I have spent a grand total of 3 streams on this temple. And this flippin' leprechaun, I swear. Or gnome. Hold on, how did I throw him into the Bering Sea? Heck yeah. Wait, what? I am still able to pick him up. Okay, then. That is good to know. Well, I think I got the majority of the podium done. So, we'll do the base next. Because I'm all about that base. Apparently that passes the CDC guidelines or something. I don't know. Hello, Arion. And welcome. Thank you for the head pat. It is much appreciated. As always. And as always, adorable emojis. If I ever get an emoji pack, I am totally making the cutest things ever. It's gonna blow your socks off so much you're not even gonna have socks on. It might even blow your shoes off. You'll have to resort to wearing sandals. Unfortunately. But that's not my problem. I'm now just imagining an emoticon of me holding a heart. It could be animated too. So that the little bunny ears on my hat are like wiggling and stuff. That would be adorable, no? Unfortunately, I'm a little bit too... what's the word? I'm too reserved to do that. But it would be funny as a joke. Of course, if I did that, it wouldn't be mine. But thank you for the head pats. As always. Yep, there's a volcano. Apparently, there's supposed to be a plane that is heading from the volcano over here, but the game's engine does not allow for funny stuff. You know what would be shocking is if they pull a dark cut too, and as soon as we're getting close to the end, like 98% cleaned, we get hit by a plane. I doubt there's any dinosaurs, but do you think they would want me to clean their scales off? Since apparently everyone likes it when I do power wash stuff. Technically speaking, we did clean off a dinosaur before. It was a plastic one at a playground, though. But that still counts. It counts because I said so, and also, I'm calling him Mr. Dinosaur. Because that's adorable. Okay, have fun lurking. And thank you for all the head pats. You are now the Lurkness monster. Lurking in the depths of the chat. preying on your next victim. Oh boy. I guess we'll take care of this pillar. I got a new wrist rest for my keyboard and mouse that are little cats and they're adorable. But I'm still trying to get used to them. I'm sure I'll get used to them before I inevitably do Resident Evil 5. Because I think we all know that that's coming eventually. Well, time to do the ceiling. Nose itched. You know, now that I'm thinking about it, it actually does make sense that my character is apparently some sort of god in this world. Because I do have the ability to telepathically control objects from a distance, negate falling damage completely. And as long as I get enough of the thing power washed, it magically just insta cleans the rest of itself. Honestly, it would be kind of funny to see a death battle episode between the protagonist of PowerWash Simulator and like another game that doesn't have fighting as an element. I can see the robot from Chibi Robo. Which, if you don't know, is an underrated, amazing title. I played the first one to completion, but I've never played Park Patrol, and I really wanted to play Park Patrol. And then life got busy and I never got to play it. I think I have it as an ISO, so I could probably load it up. Hi, Pillar. I had been thinking of loading up some older games on here and just playing them. Just some titles no one's heard of. I might actually do that if I get really popular. Wasn't there a game that I played recently that had Bandai Namco as one of the publishers? It wasn't Elden Ring, was it? Because I know that Bandai Namco also made a game way back in the day that I really want to play on stream sometime. And it is adorable. You know, I might just stand on the statue for this. I might just do that. Let me see how easy this is on the second floor. I mean, I'm clearly hitting a different angle. So that's cool. But I'm not getting all of it. Actually, I might be able to now. That's a very strong maybe. And now I just have to finish up the ceiling. We should be just about done the ceiling, I'm thinking. I wonder how far this extends, though. We should probably get the atrium floor. Yeah, I still don't see a plane flying over. Imagine if it happens as soon as we hit 100%. So I have a headcanon that every time we stop streaming, the character goes on a 1-week vacation. And I like to think that the plane is taking more than 7 days to get here. The one stain in this game that I do not understand is the one titled ore. Because ore is just metal, right? How does ore stain more than like oil? Like if it's trace amounts of metal, shouldn't it just come right up? You shouldn't even need to power wash it. You just need to like scrape it up with like a bench scraper or something. Ah, yeah, look at all that ore getting picked up by the water. Getting scrubbed away by the power of the jet. That reminds me of a job, I don't want to say interview, but it was like an overview of what you can expect. And there were some people making just Warhammer 40k jokes in the middle of it. I was reminded of that because it's like I am burning away The ore that's on the ground. And the holy fire of a water jet. Which, if you think about it, is kind of like an oxymoron. Seems like they count this outer part as also part of the centerpiece. So, looks like we're gonna have to clean this section out as well. Which, given that there's ore out here, is... It, there's also ore out here. That would make sense. I'm really taking the long way here, aren't I? But I don't know. It seems appropriate. Forgot that I had a box on my bed. I should take that off before I go to sleep. Otherwise, I'm knocking a bunch of cables all over the floor. And that's no fun. And that's how it's done. Well, the centerpiece, that is. We still have to do the atrium floor. I like how I'm unintentionally getting the trims clean. Like, it's not even my aim. But a little water does get on the trims and cleans them up a little bit better. And then they're finished. If you saw me opening my mouth a bunch of times and not saying anything, then that was because I was trying to get something on my lip. No, I didn't go mute for a few seconds. And no, you're not going crazy. No, this pillar's not clean yet. Hold on a sec. Pet theory, there's a line of dirt at the very top. Yep, I knew it. 15 might be how we finish this off, actually. I feel like 15 is also the first nozzle that we've used. Uh, 25 is good for the floor, though. Getting closer to the big flash, one speck at a time. I'm sure I'd be done this level by now if I had stuck with the three-pronged headed, blowy Mick Shooty-sin. But where's the fun in that, right? Like, seriously, how much of this floor did I actually miss? It feels like the answer is yes. this point, it's really just about getting the little specks that I missed and hoping that they add up enough to get the ding. It's like I see where the dirt is, but it's so few and far between, it's hard for me to, like, effectively get it all. Does anyone else remember when our biggest concern was a bunch of kids threw a bunch of eggs at the mayor's house and we had to figure out how to use the new attachment? That was fun. I feel like these sigils in the floor have little cracks where it could hide a bunch of dirt. Can we change the color? Let's change the color. See, blue is good, but let's change it to... We'll change it to white. And we'll maximize the duration. You know, I probably should have done this from the start because it looks like I'm power washing something else entirely. And that's pretty funny. Like, I can recognize the humor behind it without actually laughing. That's possible, right? There we go. Finally. We've got atrium ceiling wall. You never know when that can come in handy. We never fully got the trident, now we did. And now the pyramidion gem. I don't know where that is. Hi? I guess it just popped up all of a sudden. Hi there. I totally missed you. That was loud. I like how the gem is classified as glass. Am I able to get on top of it? I don't think I am. Wait, hold on. No, that's a negative Ghost Rider. That said, I wanted to see if they added anything to the top of it. Like if there was a huge patch of dirt on the top. Okay then. So, pyramid is quelling volcano. People from the future shot down plane. I like how there was a frame showing me taking the gnome over to the water. PowerWash services, you did it. After you cleaned our ship, we went further. Let me get it closer to the mic. After you cleaned our ship, we went further back in time, methodically tracing your steps, one at a time, right back to the backyard cleaning days. While doing so, we pieced together Blake Thrust's ambitions. Thrust was obsessed with the lost city of pacifists, and after discovering that their tech was powered by a rare ore, set up legal mines here, there, and everywhere. He struck a rich seam inside Mount Rushless, and used it to develop his own tech, while also hoping to create enough tectonic movement to push the lost city up to the surface. What he didn't realize, though, is that by destabilizing the volcano, he nearly caused a global apocalypse. Knowing that the underwater city lay dormant until this moment, we went back in time and told the pacifists of your legend. They agreed to convert the palace into an offshore platform to send a neutralizing beam to Mount Rushless. When the city resurfaced, we dirtied the place up to ensure it would only activate once completely cleaned by a skilled power washer. Thanks to you, the timeline is now restored, and we can return to our time as heroes. Heroes with red velvet cake. I want that. P.S. Feel free to use this message as a customer review to think if you think it would help your business. I see. I really hope this song is not copyrighted. It's doing a compilation of our entire escapades. I remember that there was an achievement in that park. Hey Maya, doesn't this song sound like it comes from the 60s? You certainly have. You say that like this game has no DLC that we're gonna get right into. You make it all shine. Except Cyberpunk's music didn't sound like it was sung by the Beatles. I think I've cleared most of Cyberpunk's endings except for like a couple. I did say hi to you. I just said it in the middle of a word. You're the one that didn't catch it. You're fine. Maya, I never even know her. Lost cat, Ulysses, very fluffy. Kitty! That's a lot of messages. Thanks for watching, everyone. That's clever. Oh, and then the song just cuts out there. Okay, then. That was abrupt. We have odd jobs to do. The Mars rover, the found miniature golf course, and the steam locomotive. I think we'll do that next. The Muckingham Files Part 6 is actually really new. They just dropped it, so that'll be fun. I don't know if I know of a supermarket simulator, but that would be fun. Sorry to message you so late tonight, but how are you set for tomorrow? Remember Marsha, the total space cadet? She's got an urgent need for a power washer. 1, she's way out of town, but she'll pay your expenses. And 2, it has to be tomorrow. I thought doing an odd job somewhere alien might help your business take off. I'll text you the details when I get them in the morning. And see how it lands. Until then, you can always dream of what it could be. I'm doing just good. How are you doing? Welcome to Mars, Astro Washer. We are extremely grateful you took the time to come all the way out here. From Galactos Industries. Being especially normal is pretty good. Your liquid oxygen reserves have been carefully calibrated to last precisely as long as the mission, so do not concern yourself with time restraints. Or constraints. Well, it's good to know you're especially normal. And remember that idea you had about doing an ASMR video? I tried getting closer to the mic. I hope it worked. O2 levels 20% depleted. Why do I feel like they're gonna kill me off? Your mission, an exemplary rover, has been contaminated with a dangerous substance known as Martian dust and Martian sand. No terraforming or colonization can take place until you have eradicated the threat. The future of humanity's expansion through the solar system rests in your capable hands. Oh, I can jump pretty high. O2 levels 40% depleted. The substance itself is an extraordinarily powerful psychoactive chemical. Am I tripping? When exposed, the individual cannot help but act with absolute integrity. Can you imagine if something like that got into the wrong hands? O2 levels 60% depleted. This is reminding me of Prey. We have no idea if the substance itself is terrestrial or alien in origin. That means from Earth. In a previous outbreak, one of our colonies reorganized itself into a hierarchy determined solely by the skills, capability, and personality of the individuals. Terrifying. I think what they meant to say was terrifying. Tis. O2 levels 80% depleted. We have noticed footprints leading away from the rover that may or may not be human. Rover? Come back here! Please investigate to ensure all contaminant has been dealt with. I can't take out the box, Rover. It has my Amazon package. How dare it? I'll give it a what for later. a quick little mission. Oh, I missed this. Look at this little hatch. Hey there. How's it going, gnome? Yay! Apparently I'm not suffocating. That's interesting that they had a hatch out there. Don't worry about that emergency job. My buds called it off. It rained last night and it's clean enough from that. Also, you wouldn't believe the dream I had last night. Full should I donate my brain to science? Bizarro. How about you? Let me guess. You dreamt of washing a skyscraper after a huge girlie made a mess of it? I miss you. See you soon, buddy. No, I cleaned a Mars rover. This one has us cleaning a gnome fountain. Dirt Finder, did you know we're going up in the world? The mayor said to me, Warden, we're going up in the world. I'm not currently at liberty to say why or how, but Muckingham needs every potential tourist attraction that it can lay its hands on. Leave no stone unturned, lest it be a jewel, or something to that effect. So I sent my deputy Earl out and about to see what he could find, and in less than 3 weeks he found a sorry-looking fountain near the edge of the middle of the recreational grounds. It urgently needs a splash of your expertise. Do what you can, Dirt Finder. Huh? I'll be right back. I'm gonna blow my nose real quick. Because someone fried chicken earlier and my nose is getting all clogged from it. Because that's what smoke does to you. I'll be back in a second. Boop, boop. I am back. You chop a little bit. Hold on, my hat. My hat is being capped, if you will. Get myself in a position here, and I remember the Urbex. That was a fun one. It's a gnome fountain for obvious reasons, but what do you think it's made out of? Stone. And metal. Because if it's some kind of marble, then we can potentially repurpose it into a new park keeper's lodge. Only the fountain itself is of insufficient quality, of course. Metal! Can you all believe that I went through the majority of the story without using any cleaning solutions? The only time I used them was because I was curious how they worked. Ah, yeah, research edition. Originally rewarded for participation in the Oxford research study, now available for all. Heck yeah. I wonder what that was all about. heck is verdigris? And why can't I get it off? Gotcha. So it seems like we're gonna have to switch over to the 0 degree nozzle at some point. Yeah, it's funnier to make it white. In all honesty. I wonder if I can claim an ASMR tag if I'm not right up against the mic. I mean, I'm close, but I'm not right up against it. I mean, it's kind of ASMR-y for the chat. For this channel, I should say. Okay, so what is this verdigris thing anyway? Verdigris.
Verdigris.
A bright bluish-green incrustation or patina formed on copper or brass by atmospheric oxidation. So it's basically just copper oxidation. Got it. Look at the game using all fancy vocabulary and stuff. This gnome out here looking like an absolute clown. I'm half expecting him to fall off this jug. Or whatever it is. Well, I learned how to spell that copper oxidation word. And how it's pronounced. So you know what? I learned something today. And that makes all the difference. Because now if it pops up in the future, I'll know how to say it. And what it is. I can impress people with my video game earned knowledge. And who says that games can't be educational? How many freaking gnomes are there? You know what? We'll polish the gnomes off starting with this one. And work our way around. But let's also go ahead and clear off the walls as well. Ah, yeah, we finally set up a system that works. Ding. So satisfying. It's like no magic. Except, I'm not using magic, I'm using a power washer. But the gnomes are getting magically clean, so there's that. There's something gross about white stuff being all over the gnome. I think we'll go over the ornaments after we get the walls. That pillar was a lot easier to get than the last one. It's all because this gnome wasn't trying to balance on top of a urn. guess we can quickly get the caps first. Shouldn't be too difficult. You see, the virtues of marble are that it doesn't readily absorb heat or moisture. Currently, Earl and I are huddled up in a creosote shack, and boy does it get hot in the summer months, cold in the winter. I have to cuddle him at night during the winter months. And during the summer months, we sure fog the windows up, let me tell ya. Earl, more like Earl, burl these nuts. Got 'em. That joke is really forced. I am so sorry. Someone take what I was trying to do and improve it, please. I can't tell if this gnome is trying to balance on the pot like he's doing a balancing act, or if he's about to fall off. And now to get the inside of these caps. I might do all the outside decorations and then call it a night. Dunno. I don't think I've eaten today yet, so I might go get some food. Fun fact, some people say that not eating all day is bad for you, but there's also research that suggests that intermittent fasting is a good thing. I don't know. I don't notice any adverse effects when I intermittently fast. Other than hunger, of course. You know what I should have had the white highlight for? The drill mission. Sha. That's a lot of dirt. Alright, we'll get the ornaments now. You know what actually would work really well here? The turbo nozzle. Because it automatically exfoliates the copper. Which, by the way, is totally a phrase I just uttered. That's odd. I can see the decoration here. When it's done. No, wait, I can still see it. I thought that one was done. They're not exactly. Their targeting physics aren't exactly aligned. I believe that symbol is called a fleur-de-lis, but it could also just be based off of it. But not explicitly that. Those look like upside-down versions. They also look like angels, kind of. Alright, looks like that's the gnomes and the outer parts. We'll save here because I am exhausted. I'm actually getting really tired really quickly. I'm gonna go eat, finish the stuff I have to do tonight. And yeah, I want to thank you all for watching. I'll be back with Metaphor. Let me know if you, like me, popping in with being basically tied to the mic like this. If not, I'll go back to how I was before. I'll probably do this stream, the same, thing for Free Fantasia this Sunday. Just to get a better audience opinion. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I'm gonna go do stuff. I will see you all later. Peace out. And thanks for watching.